Hey, how's it going? I found something in the news today that just genuinely disturbed and upset me. And part of the reason that I find it so important is because it's part of the reason why I was so furious at that, dad who shut his daughter's laptop. And I'm not comparing these two people and what happened, but I am going to draw a bit of a tie of the way that I see things, and just tell me what you think. So, and I'll leave this link too for you to find. It happens to do with a little girl who is from Alabama, and she was forced to run as a punishment. I think basically for lying to, I don't know if it was her grandmother, and they had her run for 3 hours as her punishment. And someone had actually seen the girl running, and she was told not to stop, and she was facing a lot of dehydration. She looked so haggard, obviously, that someone called because they had seen her running, and she ended up having a seizure, and then she died. So, her mother and grandmother, I think, are being charged with that death. And like I say, I'm not comparing anything as far as, a man shooting a laptop. That's just, ridiculous. But the idea of punishment itself at all, and instead of having that as any kind of a template, instead to think of things in a way of providing opportunities for kids to learn new ways to approach things, instead of getting into good and bad and, you're worthy of punishment and you have to earn your love back to me and this kind of thing. And I'm not saying that in certain circumstances that very firm instruction isn't needed or anything like that. But it had to do with lying about a candy bar. And I wonder more if lying had to do with, a self-preservation thing, like she doesn't want to disappoint, or she was embarrassed that she did it. And if ever you want to make someone feel worse about the fact that they lied, create more situations for them to lie to you again. It's like, well, if I know that I've gotten in trouble for lying before, then the next time I lie, I have to just cover my tracks better, instead of finding out, what actually was going on, and opening up the lines of communication between her and her grandmother so that she doesn't feel compelled to lie, but rather, talk with her about what's going on and what she really wants. And even so, just as a kid, because she was 6, kids are going to do weird things like maybe steal a candy bar or, sneak one or whatever it is. And concentrating on it for the physical item as far as, focusing on the candy bar or focusing on the outside issue rather than what happened to the communication and the trust and the love, to learn that you've disappointed someone by lying, so much so that it compels you to have to say the truth, rather than, having a punishment so strict and so, poorly done that obviously she passed away. So, I guess that's my take on it. And if you have any thoughts, I would really like to hear it. And please be respectful to everyone in the comments. I appreciate all comments. And I, just like the last one, I will not block them, even if you have unkind things to say. I will leave it. I won't talk with you, but anyone else who's respectful, I will talk with, and I look forward to it. So let me know what you think. Bright blessings.